Hello and welcome to another video. So in this one we're looking at my lap compared to Den's lap for the Race Asylum Circuit Experience Challenge. And this time we're at Dragon Trail Seaside in the Group 3 Jag. So let's get into it now then. So we'll just play the lap through first at full speed in bumper cam view. So I'm in the top left, Den's is in the bottom right. It looks like we carry a little bit more apex speed. It looks like Den's might have got a tiny bit better exit, but maybe slid a little bit. Here either of us going to go for the cut. I was doing the cut, but I didn't on that lap because I knew I hadn't turned in early enough. And Den's doesn't, but we carry a lot more speed through that bit. Den's lifts off a lot more than we do. So you see we hit that sector point 2 temps quicker. So 2 temps there in the first sector for Den's. Den's stays in 4th, there we go up to 5th and down to 4th. Looks like Den's gets on the power sooner than me though. But we're very similar in pace through this bit. But it did look like Den's got a slightly better exit through the S's there. And then coming down, brake a bit later I think by the looks of it. Both get turned in. Den's is ahead of us on this. Let's have a look, come into the sectors. So Den's reaches first, but my sector is actually just better. But they're pretty much on a par there. So the clips probably aren't quite lined up properly. Let's see coming through the chicane now. This is the crucial bit. Carry about 2-3 mile an hour more than Den's through there, I think. And you can see we've still got that speed difference at the end of the straight. So that's going to make a huge difference there. Both break similar points. Den's doesn't quite get into the apex and we do. We have a bit of a squirrel on the exit though. And let's see coming to cross the line. And our final sector is another 2. So that's where all the time is in the sector 1 and sector 3. So let's watch the laps through in slow motion now and we'll compare them. This Jag is very difficult over the curbs, which shocked me. Normally the FR cars are good over the curbs, but this was a very difficult combo to do because of how awkward this Jag was. Let's see braking points. I think Den's brakes a bit earlier than I do there. Both turn in similar points. We take a lot more of that curb than Den's, but you can see the car really bouncing. Den's gets a bit more of the second curb. Both very similar exits, to be honest. We had a little bit of a slide on the exit, but not too much. And then coming through, I think this is where Den's loses all his time in sector 1. So he takes a big lift, we only sort of half lift. And we carry an extra 3 or 4 mile an hour through there. And then we slide coming into the corner. We don't quite get the apex. Den's gets the apex perfectly. But we do manage to carry a little bit more speed through there, even though we don't quite get into the apex. So there is still time for us there through that section. And then obviously that's where we get ahead. So then coming into here, Den's keeps it in 4th, we go up to 5th. Both get a similar clipping point. Den's might just clip a bit more, but Den's is back on the power earlier than we are by the looks of it. And he just gets that extra mile an hour. It's not much, but it is just a little bit to carry down through the S's. So I think coming to this next braking zone, Den's was actually ahead of us. But obviously not overall in time, just in sector time. But then let's see. So you can see we are about 2 temps ahead now, coming into the braking zone. We've both clipped the corner at similar points. We're a bit narrower on exit, Den's takes it a bit wider. But I think they're similar sort of times. So we're 2 temps up now as we come through this sector point overall on the lap. And if you see, just watch our car, the way it bounces over that curb. That's why we upshift early to 5th. Den's kept it in 4th. And then here we just take nearly a full lift, but not quite. But look at how much we bounce over that curb compared to Den's. So Den's doesn't bounce on the curb anywhere near as much as us, but obviously he's taking less speed. So we were taking the bigger risk through the chicane there. And that adds up as we get to the end of this straight. So I think that's where the other 2 temps are. So I think Den's could easily gain a bit more time, because I think most of the times just lost in 2 little sections of the track. So I think Dens could get into the 36s easy. And then just coming on this exit here, I think we've both got a fairly similar exit, but you see we're well ahead now. But we're both on the run to the line. And there we go, across the line, and then Dens across the line as well. So very smooth lap from Dens, I think there. Probably a bit smoother than mine, but I think at this track, because of the way the car was over the curbs, you had to really take a risk. If you want to take part in the future and maybe be in a video for the Circuit Experience Challenge, then join the Discord in the link below and ask to be put in the Circuit Experience Challenge section. And if you like the video, please comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.